spheres have appeared at some very important sites, such as near the Eiffel Tower or at Chichen Itza, but also some very unimportant places, such as Torrey Pines State Beach. We have no intelligence whatsoever at this point about these balls. I would like to hear your recommendations on what action to take on these balls.
Mr. President, as head of the Department of Commerce, I feel it's my job to advise you to open trade with these aliens. Throughout history, trade's been good for economic growth, population growth, spread of ideas, cultures, and I believe that if we open trade with these aliens, we could advance our society to a new level.
Now, if I might interrupt, Miss, one thing I have to say is you're automatically assuming that this is from aliens. What if these are people on our own planet that do not wish to trade? They might wish to inflict harm. Might be some kind of cult trick from a crazy cult somewhere trying to recruit people. Or perhaps these aliens are not interested in trade. They're so far advanced of us, they do not wish to trade at all.
Respectfully, I think that if the aliens are so far advanced that they would be interested in another culture and know the values of trading or interacting with different cultures, how it can not only help benefit us, but also them too.
Mr. Chumakov, would you like to state your position on the event?
Yes, we have no idea exactly what these spheres are. We know that they relay a message, but for all we know, they could just be dormant, explosive devices that could potentially wipe out a large portion of the human population on Earth, along with obviously very important historical monuments. So my plan would be to, take these spheres, as many as we can get our hands on, and try to research them, but with taking a lot of precautions, because we never know what could really happen from them.
Where do you propose we research them?
I'm working on that.
Okay.
Area 51.
There's an idea.
It's a very good spot, very far away from any civilians.
Let's face it, if these are nuclear devices, we're all screwed.
Not necessarily.
No, what do you mean not necessarily?
If we use caution and we do not risk anything, and we communicate with them carefully, we may be able to get out of it if they're planning to nuke us.
Well, if they're...
But if we're just like, hey, what's up? And then we're just like, oh, boom! Right?
Mr. McRae, you may now continue with your speech.
Thank you, Mr. Finburgh. I believe that we cannot take any further action with regard to these spheres until we find out more about these spheres. We do not know who these beings are. We do not know their intentions. I believe that we need to take these spheres and we need to take them to a secret location where we can perform more research on them and try and find out more about the spheres before we take any more action.
But then, by the time we figure stuff out, what if it's too late to take any action?
Well, how are we supposed to know what action we're supposed to take without figuring out?
Isn't it better to be planned and take planned action later than to be confused and take confused action in the beginning?
Thank you, Mr. Finburgh. Burned.
Confused action might lead to more civilian deaths. If deaths are going to happen, then
there has been no evidence so far. Okay, thank you, Mr. Redneck Secretary. Nuke the balls. That's not a good idea. There's been no evidence so far that suggests these aliens have been hostile.
There have been no evidence so far that suggests that they're friendly either. We don't know anything. I believe that it's better to stay on the safe side of things than to take risks.
When Columbus's ships were first sighted off the coast of the Americas by the Native Americans, there was no sign that he was hostile, and then they ended up dead.
And look what happened. They worked all the Native Americans to death, plus they killed them with their diseases. Do we want to end up like the Native Americans? I don't think we should end up like the Native Americans. I think it's better to just play it safe. I do not think we will regret that decision.
Okay, Mr. Secretary of Homeland Security, would you like to speak now?
Well, let's say these beings are actually intelligent, and they actually want to have peace and visit our world, or revisit them. What if we have so much immigration that we collapse our economy, or as you would say, help it? But either way, we do not know what they will do to our economy like this. Perhaps they will work for really low wages. That has happened in the past, and so we need some way to limit how many come, if they could come, by using maybe Earth cards. Like green cards have been used in the past. We could use Earth cards to send out maybe a few to their ambassadors, if they have one. And we could have the important people come and we can talk to them and set up communication.
Thank you.
So what about security? What if their intention is to harm the civilians in the United States? What do you propose to do to protect them?
Well, this is why I say we send out just a few of them, because then only the important ones will come and we can just hold those important ones hostage.
I believe we should communicate with them first. Am I right? We need to work out some kind of treaty if we were to do this.
We don't know how long communications could take because we have no idea exactly how far these beings are coming from.
But as long as we start now, then the window will stay open.
As Secretary of State, I would like to now make my recommendations for what we should do about these giant chrome balls. I would like to suggest that we go into all the foreign countries that we know have had sightings of the spheres and we collect them with United States Army trucks. We shall then take them to C-19 planes that will transport them to the United States to a secure location, also known as Area 51 in the southwest corner of Nevada. This location is far enough away from people that if they are to explode, they will most likely not harm most of the world's population or operations such as in Washington, D.C., where they are very critical.
I would like to propose a different place. We could house all the balls in our current closest ally, North Korea.
It's very funny that you suggest that. The problem is that we have already had all of our staff that know anything about this assembling right now to Area 51. That has been the decided location for where they should be researched, and that's where they will be researched.
You think that every country that's got a ball in it is going to want to...
I don't care if they want to or not.
We're already at war with France.
And
I don't care if they want to or not.
We already know China has taken a ball away, so we do not want to risk getting on the bad side of the most populous country.
China has already begun research. We
still owe debt to China. We're in debt to China, and we're already in war with France.
I have already discussed with the leader of China about possibly removing the ball from their country and taking it to our location, and if they are not willing to cooperate, I am okay with leaving one ball in a country that we know can handle researching and discovering as long as they are willing to share the information they discover with us.
Thank you for your presentations. I'll make my decision shortly. America.